Okay, folks. So, welcome back. This is just a quick little update on what is going on. And yes, we have a locomotive running around. In fact, we got a train running around. I'm sorry. Um, so a couple little things that I'm gonna note. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on for the time being until I can afford to get some Walther's track. Um, like I've said before, this grass mat isn't really the greatest looking thing, but it does get rid of the wood. So it does help create that illusion that there is things here. However, as you can see, there are some areas on the layout that I screwed up on making, and that's where hopefully the flex track will come into handy, where I can at least level it out. I'm gonna put some paper or something underneath of this to level it out, but I've had that train running around already one lap. Let me bump him up, there we go. I've had him run a lap already once, and I haven't had a problem yet. So far so good. I did have to bump out this section where the command station is because the power supply right here would not fit into the wall. So I did have to bump him out just a tiny bit. So there is that. But overall, I think this will look good when the brother and nephew come down. Um, as far as y'all probably remember with the yard that I had, that may have to be extinguished because most of the straight pieces that I have left are these small sections, this one little straight, or this one little switch, these little sections, and the black roadbed there. And that isn't going to be barely even enough to make a yard, I don't think. I'm going to give it a try, but I don't think it'll be enough. That being said, that's fine with me. This is mostly just to see what I can go with on the layout. One thing I forgot to do was to measure it out for you. I think I've posted it on one of my YouTube posts. Let's go ahead and see if I can get this real fast by myself. I doubt it, but we're going to give it a shot. And it come to the end. So there's 14 foot right there. And so 14 foot, and then there's another like 2 foot 2 inches there. So 16 foot by, I think this was like 10 inches or 10 feet across. Let's do that real fast while we're doing this. So, okay, I'm sorry, about 7 foot. So roughly about 13 by 7. So that's what I got now. I did talk to the folks about it someday in the future, not anytime near, but someday, where, like I said, that tote is, bring it out to there and just expand it just one more time. But that's a far distant future thing. Now that I got that done, I'm going to start ordering some Walther's track. I'm going to probably experiment with different number of switches, like number 6s, 7s. I don't even know if they have a 7, but 6, 8, and 10 switches, and see what I like best. I'm probably leaning towards the number 8. I think that'll be the best, especially for something like the Greenbrier to run on here. I think that'll be the best. So, you know, even with that little bump right there, the cars don't have much of a like a shift in them. Like, I was expecting something to happen like this, like where the car would be riding like that almost. So, you know, it's doing pretty good for what it is. Now, with the cold, as y'all know, most of the southeast and most of the eastern seaboard is expecting to get extreme colds for people, for at least down here. I know for people like myself that's used to it up in West Virginia with sub-zeros and things like that, it's kind of okay to deal with, but I know people down here are going to be freaking out about the freezing cold. It's still not good for anybody. It sucks, but that being in mind, I'm going to see how all these things react. Now, last year wasn't too bad. In fact, I didn't have any kind of problems with layout shifting as far as the eye could see. Now, with these newer sections, like I said, this one and that one across from it, these are the newer sections that I just put up. So, curious to see how everything's going to react to this extreme cold, and when summer hits, the blazing hot and heat and humidity. So, that's going to be fun to deal with. And that's going to be an experiment that I'm also going to be trying. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but with the flex track here, I don't know how I'm going to go about it, but I'm going to try that with the cork road bed that I got down there, and see how it reacts to everything, especially on this curve. So I use 35.5. That's what Bachmann makes. That's their widest. And that's what I use. And that's probably what I'm going to use as a stencil to create for the curve. At least, so there's going to be that. So I'm going to at least keep the Bachmann track until I can get track. Well, I have to keep it no matter what. But I'm going to keep it so that way when the time comes, I can just basically trace this outer line here and make the 35.5 radius with a small little section right there. Overall, I'm very pleased. These two have been running around very flawlessly on the layout. So, Scale Trains has my GP30. They should have it by now. They should be working on it. Hopefully they can reconcile what the problem was. and I can get it back eventually. So until then, folks, I hope you enjoyed. If you have any further questions on the layout or have any suggestions as far as what I can do for heat and humidity, I don't know. I'm going to eventually try to get a dehumidifier, but problem is that trying to run it all the time is going to cost money, and that's something that right now is not feasible. So I guess until then, it is what it is. I will deal with what I can. So yeah, I'm kind of just sitting here blanking out now. I'm still tired of waking up. I guess that's it for now. Again, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. And until then, folks, I will catch y'all later. Bye for now.